In the dying embers of a galactic war, as the last human ship burns in the void, the enemy makes a fatal mistake. They leave a single survivor, not out of mercy, out of curiosity. But what they don't understand, what they could never understand, is that one human is never truly alone. And when one human stands, all of humanity rises. Commander Elias Voss floated in the wreckage of the UNS Endeavour, his armor's HUD flickering as warnings filled his visor. Oxygen, 13%, suit integrity, compromised, escape options, none. Above him, the battle was over. Earth's last fleet had been annihilated by the Cathari Dominion, the empire that had ruled the stars for millennia before humans ever learned to dream of space. Their warships, sleek and predatory, prowled through the debris field, finishing off survivors with cruel efficiency. But when they found Elias, they did not fire. Instead, they took him. They brought him to their warship Imperium's Claw and placed him in a containment cell. The Cathari were a race of towering reptilian beings, their golden eyes gleaming with ancient intelligence. To them, humanity was a curiosity, a species that should never have challenged them, yet had fought with an inexplicable ferocity. High Scholar Jilthar, a Cathari scientist, stood before Elias, his clawed fingers tapping against a tablet. "Your people are extinct," Jilthar said. "Your world burns. And yet, you fought as if you could win. Explain this contradiction." Elias coughed, blood flecking his lips. "You wouldn't understand." Jilthar leaned forward. "Make me." So Elias did. He told them about Earth, not just its strength, but its struggles. The wars, the losses, the relentless march forward, despite it all. He told them about human resilience, about hope, about the unbreakable will to stand even when all seemed lost. Jilthar listened. And something strange happened. He didn't laugh. He didn't mock. He listened. Elias knew he wouldn't leave the Cathari warship alive. He had no illusions about that. But there was something he could do. His suit had one last trick. A hidden subroutine, activated by biometrics, a failsafe designed for situations just like this. It carried the last message of humanity, and it only needed a few seconds of connection to the ship's network to spread across the stars. The Cathari didn't notice when his fingers brushed against his wrist panel. They didn't see the silent pulse sent through their systems. But they would. The message spread like wildfire, pinging across Cathari communications, bouncing from relay to relay, burrowing into archives and databases. It wasn't a plea. It wasn't a warning. It was a challenge. A recording of every battle where humanity had defied impossible odds. Every war where they had been counted out, only to rise again. Every moment where they had stared into the abyss and refused to blink. It ended with 5 words, spoken in Elias's ragged voice. "We are never truly gone." The Dominion tried to suppress it. They purged databases, shut down relays, destroyed records, but it was too late. The message had already done its work. It had reached the minds of their own people, the soldiers who had fought against humans and wondered why they had never broken, the scholars who had studied humanity and found only admiration, the rebels who had long wished for a reason to rise against their oppressors. The Dominion had won the war, but they had lost the battle for the future. Years passed, the Dominion faltered, and then, like a storm on the horizon, the impossible happened. A fleet appeared. Not human, but something new. Something forged from the remnants of 1,000 species who had seen the truth in humanity's final message. They called themselves the Covenant of the Fallen, and they carried the spirit of Earth in their hearts. At their helm, standing amidst warriors who had once been enemies, was a single figure. His armor, reforged from the wreckage of the UNS Endeavour, bore the sigil of a world that no longer existed. Elias Voss had returned, and with him the last gift of humanity, a war not for revenge, but for freedom. The Cathari thought they had ended the human race. What they failed to realize was that humanity was never just a species. It was an idea, and ideas are immortal.